The first tie of Manchester United and Paris Saint-Germain without Edison Cavani and Neymar. I'm going to go with the 1-1 draw. In other words, I'm going to go with Paris Saint-Germain on the spread. 29 is the main thing to look out for. Angel Di Maria, I'm going to go with as a goal scorer against Manchester United. He played one season with Manchester United. It was a disaster. It was a complete disaster. He makes his first trip back to Old Trafford since 2014, 2015, and he is actually going to be my goal scorer tomorrow if it's not going to be Kylian Mbappe. I'm going with 1-1. I'm going to go with Di Maria, and I'm going to go with Anthony Martial as the goal scorer for Manchester United. The Frenchman would face off against his French team, and it is Anthony Martial that had 27 prior appearances and would be making his 33rd continental appearance with Manchester United tomorrow. That's a big number for the Freemasons. 33 is the highest standard degree of masonry, and it is PSG versus Man U that equals 33 in gematria. Anthony Martial is my goal scorer. Thomas Tuchel, I'm going to predict him to win his 28th. Well, he's going to remain at 27 wins. The game's going to end in a tie tomorrow. It's going to end in a tie. And I think he'll win his 28th game after the match against Manchester United. And it's going to be Old Gunner, that's going to remain at 10 wins. That's going to put up another draw. Gematria, practice of coding letters and words into numbers. It is Paris Saint-Germain that equals 85. So what am I saying with 1-1? Is that Manchester United has scored 7 goals and allowed 4 goals during this knockout stage. So I see United scoring a goal, and I'm seeing them allowing a goal to have a total of 8 goals and 5 goals conceded as they enter the away tie, the second leg over at Paris. And so their win-draw-loss record would be 3-2-2. And then they would have a total of 3 wins and 3 losses before they face off against Paris Saint-Germain. Once again, it's Paris Saint-Germain versus Man U that equals 33. And Thomas Tuchel has a total of 27 wins. If he were to remain at 27 wins, and if it were to be Angel Di Maria that scores the goal, then I think Mbappe may miss one. May miss a chance to put PSG up ahead, but then he's going to be the hero in the second leg at home at his hometown of Paris. It's Kylian that equals 27, so I think it's possible that he may have a miss. If it's not going to be my first choice of Di Maria to score, then I'd go with Kylian Mbappe. Heck, Angel Di Maria may end up picking up an assist. Who knows? But I'm going to go with Angel Di Maria to score a goal against Manchester United. It would be his 58th goal overall. That's also a really big number when we're talking about Freemasons scripting the sports through Kabbalah. Freemasonry, 58 in Gematria. It would be pretty fitting by the numbers if he were to score a goal. Now, moving on to Paris Saint-Germain. They would have 3 goals, 3 draws, and a loss if they were to draw tomorrow. So what I'm saying is PSG having a 4-1 record before advancing into the quarterfinals of the Champions League. It's Juventus that hasn't won the Champions League since the 41st edition of the Champions League. So I think that it's going to be significant, down the road, once we reach the quarter and the semifinal edition of the UEFA Champions League. Old Gunner would remain at 10 victories. He'd pick up a draw. The first loss is probably going to occur in English Premier League play, probably against Manchester City or Liverpool, but that's what is being mapped up here for Old Gunner, is that he's going to pick up that loss against one of the top 2 sides in the Premier League right now. That's what I'm going to go with. And he's had 11 prior games, too, 11 consecutive games. Paris, France, 11 letters before he enters this matchup. But it's Martial, it's Sokajer that equals 29 in gematria. 29 is going to be pretty big, obviously, because if Thomas Tuchel wins, then his next win would be win number 29. But then, if you look at Paris Saint-Germain schedule, then that win would probably occur in the second leg. It's something to look out for. It's something to look out for. Now, let's see here. If that were a draw, if this were 31, 32, and 33, then I think his 33rd win could occur against Paris Saint-Germain in the second leg. So one of these games, I can see a loss or a draw occurring. I just have no idea which one it would be. But if you go off of Ligue 1, then Saint Etienne is pretty damn good. So that's something to look out for. And then last thing I want to look out for is Paris Saint-Germain's win total for this year. Okay, 27, that's 4, and that's 4. This would probably have to remain at 8 before the second leg. That's probably the big thing that you have to look out for. And I have no idea what their history is against these particular sides, but I see 1-1 for tomorrow's game with Di Maria and Martial as goal scorers. So let's see. His jersey number is 11. Interesting. Man United playing for win number 11. This guy could be the first goal scorer. He could be. And so that's number 11. And then we have Angel Di Maria. What jersey number is he? His birthday is on Valentine's Day. That's coming up. He's number 11 as well. So both of these guys are 11. If the score were to end 1-1, then that would be pretty fitting. But I'm going with Angel Di Maria and Martial as the goal scorers. Let's see what this produces. Angel Di Maria and Anthony Martial equals under 31. We're talking about the stadium of the Red Devils, and one of these guys could be the reason why Old Gunner's gonna have his 131st game that he would not win as a manager. So that's something to look out for as well. PSG +1. PSG with the draw is what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with 1-1 with PSG getting the advantage in the second leg.